everybody, Sage here. I wanted to do a part two to Daddy's Little Monster. So, I'm not gonna do like a recap on it. I just go ahead and go back and watch the first video. But this is just gonna be a continuation of that video. Also, I need to say all alleged, my opinion, not facts. Um, I also was gonna do something a little different. I had got the spirit box or portal that I had made or put together, I should say. And I thought, what'd be interesting is to do this reading. And I'm calling forth my guides, only love and light in my space. So, nothing dark is allowed in this space. But I wanted to do the reading as well as have the spirit portal on to see if anything may come up. It's just like we'll say it's an experiment, I guess, huh? So what I'm gonna do is for the just so that you guys can hear it, a speaker here. And I also want to say something else too. So I had found something online and I thought it was so interesting to me and it struck me that this is the mindset of Nichol Kessinger, in my opinion, regarding the whole horribleness of what happened with Shanann and her babies. So, according to, and I get it, I'll try and post the link to it, or at least um, put the name of the link in the description box. But this is from, okay, let me just read this. It says, during interviews with police, NK expressed concerns about her name being slandered due to her relationship with Chris Watts. Based on the interview recordings obtained by the Daily Mail, she revealed, quote, my name is about to be slandered for probably a while. I don't know how long it's going to take to heal, but I would not be surprised if it's going to be hard to go out in public sometimes for a couple of years. She also added, and that was unquote, she also added, and that really hurts me. I'm just like, this is a horrible, horrible thing. Like, how dare you, And people aren't going to understand that, They're going to say, oh, you're the woman that had an affair with this man who took out his whole family, unquote. Guys, I mean, this was disgusting to me. Remember Amber Fry, who was involved with Scott Peterson, who was found guilty of unaliving his wife and unborn child in California? Well, Amber Fry, we came before everybody and was just tearful and crying and saying how sorry she was and that this was not something she did not know that he was married at all. He told her that he was single and she was devastated by what he had done. And you could tell she was so authentic in her emotions. And then I read this and I just all she can think about is herself. All she can think about is how this is affecting her. She's not mentioning, Shanann and her babies, Shanann's family, none of that. How dare she? I just don't get it, you guys. I do not understand at all. Uh, Help me understand. I mean, we all know probably of, whatever. She's very selfish. In my opinion, she's very selfish. So anyway, I thought that was interesting and I had to share that with you guys. And it just really struck me as really disgusting, you know? So, anyway, let's get on with this. I did do some shuffling before I began this video, and I'm going to turn on the spirit portal. Only my guides, only beings with love and light are allowed in this space. Hello. I heard me. Now, if it gets too busy, and too chatty, I will have to turn it off. All right, I'll do a couple more shufflings. Cute. I heard that's cute. Okay, you guys, I see something different here, and I'm going to point it out. And there's going to be some little added effects, like a little added things. I'm sure little bits of information that's going to come through that may not have anything to do with directly with the relationship between NK and the dad. And one of these I want to point out right now is the book and the tower. The tower is, like I've told you guys before, is it's signifies in this instance a jail, like a big government building, a jail. And then next to that, to the jail, is a ring, which is contracts, and above contracts is birds, and this is all about you guys. This is just all like like that. This is a pattern, a zigzag pattern. The birds means electronic speaking, uh, lots of talk back and forth. Um, the birch rod is strife. Um, uh, the child is underneath the cross, which is a deceased child, and across from that is the scythe, which is it happened quickly. And oh, this is just definitely just an affirmation that let me have to turn this down. This is getting quite loud. Yeah, it goes, yeah. This is just an affirmation regarding definitely this is about NK and the Watts case. But the one thing I wanted to point out, you guys, and this is kind of an affirmation for me regarding what I have suspected, is correspondence. So there's the book underneath the tower, and that is correspondence. Um, correspondence regarding what all I talked about in this part here. And that's really truly interesting to me. That's a revealing of some information. So NK and CW are somehow communicating. It doesn't tell me how often, but they are communicating um, currently, and that's quite interesting to me. Uh, all right, let's see here. All right, again, the gentleman is looking at the fox, which is um, intelligence work. So this is another affirmation that this is about NK's father as well. And then across from here is the fish, which is money. Um, and underneath the fish is the key, which is it's unlocking the door. So unlocking the door to freedom. You know what I mean? So that's just another affirmation, okay? All right, let's get on with this. So I may have to shut this off. They're extra chatty. You know what I'll do? Protect. Thank you for protecting me. Okay, I'm gonna shut this off briefly. I'm gonna do my reading and then I'll turn this back on. Um, because you guys, I swear, this is so chatty right now. Hello? Um, hello? Um, that it's um what I'll do is this actually, because this is really interesting to me. Um, less chatter while I'm talking, please. Okay. All right. Uh, all right. So, huh, that's interesting. All right. I don't think they're going to slow down right now. I'm going to shut this off and then I'm going to get to my reading and then I'll turn this back on and we'll ask some questions of this. So I'm going to shut this off. Oh, they are super chatty, you guys. This is the most chatty I've seen this since I have put this together. All right. So where I had left off was NK's dad had believed everything she had told him, throughout her life. He was always making excuses for her and everything and coddling her. I would say coddling is a good word. You know, you, people there's always path of least resistance is always, kind of a common thing for us to do. And giving her her way so she doesn't have a fit, NK doesn't have a fit about things. That's the path of least resistance. So he didn't have to deal with that. And that's um pretty much is was going on. And up to up to you guys remember when NK's dad was in the interrogation room, and NK's dad was pretty much choreographing the interview, right? Well, there was a certain point in that interview when he knew instinctually that she had something to do with this. Because before that, he was like, you know, um, she's done some bad things before, but she would certainly never, you try and make excuses up for your kids, right? Um, you love your kids. And so up to that point, he was like, no, no, no. And then what? Well, what happened? He was thinking, um, oh, he was filled with dread and he was upset, you guys. He was so upset because this put him in a position, right? Because he put himself out there to help her um, out of this situation, according to my cards and my readings, right? And this, when the key clicked and he realized that there was more to this, it upset him because he put himself on the line, and now it's much bigger. It's so much bigger than what he thought it would initially be, which makes sense, right? It totally makes sense. Oh man, he was so mad. He was so upset, you guys. So that's pretty much where I had kind of left off in the last reading. Um, so, you know, um, after that, and he expressed to her, was like, his worries and his, you know, it's almost like I see him being afraid to ask her, like, 100%, did you have anything to do with this? Nikki, did you have anything to do with this? He was afraid to ask that, but he knew in his heart that there was more to it, right? And he had flashbacks during when he was in the interview after he realized this. He had these flashbacks of her. Nikki had, and especially according to my reading, she had some very violent tendencies when she was a child, when she was a teenager growing up, very violent tendencies. And, uh, there was that one incident which we all know about where we heard rumor that she had um, used um I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but I will, a knife on someone, like in his back, I think. I see her doing this like to his back, but I'm not too sure. I just heard a little bit about it, but there were more incidents than that. I mean, she was very she was pretty violent, you guys. And I really feel like that has a lot to do with why other people are not coming forward and saying and speaking up, because it's so odd to me that none of her childhood friends have come forward, and spoke on her behalf or said, "Oh yeah, I knew." No one is saying that they've known her. It's almost as if she it didn't exist up until, a few years before Chris Watts and what happened. It's just bizarre to me. Bizarre. And that would explain a little bit on why they don't want to mess with her. They don't want to have anything to do with it because they know what she's capable of doing and what she can do. And of course, up to that point, MK's dad has always made excuses, and uh, he's bailed her out quite often. Above his head is the clouds, which is doubt. And um, ang- each angle here represents something else as well. So here's doubt above his head. Next, at the angular level here is the snake, which is represents um, what happened and NK's involvement and the doubts that he has about it is just insidious. It's just something that is on his mind often. And the cross right here, it leads up to the cross, which is emotional and mental pain. This is something that he has definitely he's carried around with him. You guys, he's definitely carried this around with him. Oh, and then off to this side is, if you notice, I want to show you guys something. So the cloud card here, right? You see it? Oh, I need to get better lighting. But this part here is the darker clouds. This part here is the lighter clouds. So this is more doubt. This is less doubt. So what's even more pressing on him is the fact, and this is also an anchor because he knows he's going to have to carry this around forever, is the fact that uh, nothing will ever be the same. The stars represents hopes and aspirations and um, you know, everything that you can possibly do, and it's been dashed. Okay, it's just been dashed because of this of what's happened and the involvement with NK. Even for him, this is just ruined. This is ruined. This has ruined him. Um, it's definitely affected him health wise, mentally, physically. Excuse me. So, you know, there's also I want to point out something as well here. So he's looking at the fox, which is intelligence work, but also it is him looking at the fox. It's the fox can also mean being deceived, and he's looking at that as well as he deceived people in order to pull these strings. And this had unlocked um, a lot of these worries, a lot of these issues that's on him now. And it also has affected his money too. And this has affected his money. And also, if you see to the next to the clouds is the sun, which has affected his happiness. So you guys, and it's just not him that this has affected, right? Um, and I see him like, when I do my cards, um, I also I see like in my mind's eye, and it's like these little movies that play out, and I hear him um saying to NK, never again, never again, never ever again will this ever help you again. This has changed their relationship dynamics. Of course he still loves her, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Uh oh, I also want to mention something else too. And it has something to do. Um, I had one of my subscribers ask, was NK's dad the one that was tipped off by Anadarko regarding if law enforcement knew about uh, NK, right? And CW having a relationship. And yes, he was. Yes, 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 he was. He was the one that Anadarko called and said, "Hey, listen, dude, you may want to warn your daughter because uh, law enforcement just was here and they were asking some questions about this." And that's how he initially got involved. That's when he took charge and decided to help her out, because I mean that's what he's always done, right? I mean he's always helped her in these types of situations. And so he was, it's like a rote action for him. He's like, okay, well, let's just get her out of this because this is just another mess. And he didn't think about the actual involvement that actually was. So, yeah. Oh, it's just a big mess. You know, she she would not she would not have come forward if it weren't for that tip off, which is unfortunate that Anadarko did tip off the dad, because if they wouldn't have, they probably would have gotten a little bit better results regarding, taking her by surprise, right? So she was able to get her story, according to her, right in her head. You know, it was just, it was able to prepare her more for that versus by getting her by surprise. It's just really unfortunate. I think things may have turned out a little bit differently. So let's see here. What else? So another thing I want to mention is um, there's a certain pattern that occurs when I don't I don't want to say the word curse, but there is definitely some darkness attached to the people involved in all of it. Okay. You know what comes to mind is I think pretty much everybody has watched the movie The Mummy, right? With Brendan Fraser. And remember the part where those men went into the cave and got the box of canopic jars and they opened it up? It's like all of the ones that had opened up that box was marked, right? And it feels like that to me. It feels like that type of scenario. Um, there's so many people that don't believe in karma like this, but it in my opinion, this type of karma definitely is um is there. It happens. And I believe that this has a lot to do with this dark karma, as well as other things that we've discussed before in other readings. I think it's a mixture, which has made it more intense. But the ones that I would say, you know, that are involved, that this has affected that way, is of course NK, CW, um, I'm gonna have to say Jim, um, NK's dad, and the DA, because they all either helped commit this atrocity. I'm not saying that the DA did that, or yeah, I'm saying definitely, okay. So what I'm seeing currently is like Jim, NK's dad, had, well, NK's dad definitely had suspicions and helped NK, right? That was making sure justice wasn't going to happen, for one. That's bad. Another thing is Jim, according to my cards, and of course, I've got to say all alleged, my opinion, not facts. I believe Jim was involved in this beforehand, had knowledge, and I think there's more to it. And the DA, because the DA turned a blind eye and did not prosecute to the fullest and have NK investigated like he should have. All of that has a lot to do with the dark clouds that are hanging over these people's lives right now. CW, he's done for. He's done for. Um, there's people waiting and in prison, you know, to to do something to him. Um, and I believe that eventually that will probably become successful. I don't like to um, even if it's just, I know it's CW and who cares, and he's disgusting as a monster, but I don't like to um, put that kind of stuff out there. Anyway, I have my reasons for that, but uh, I do believe that he will end up. I don't think he's gonna have a very like a long life in prison. I really don't. NK, um, it's happening. I mean, she's already, that dark cloud is so dark over her, and I don't feel a bit sorry for either of those two at all. You know, or any of them really. Okay, I don't feel a bit sorry for any of them. The only thing, um, the only thing that's gonna to help lift this cloud is when the truth comes to light. And I believe it will. I really do. I believe the truth will come to light. I also want to touch on something. So, and it kind of is popping out at me. Um, again, I want to mention something is the birds' communication. The mice, the scythe, the cross is over the bear. The mice, the scythe, and the cross is over the bear, and underneath the bear is communication and electronic communication. And I do believe um, Shanann does communicate that way. That's how she preferred it in life as well. But I gotta show you guys something. So this is the bear is Shanann. She's like the mother bear, a mama bear, right? Protective of her cubs. Um, she's looking. This is so sad, you guys. So she's looking at her children, and behind the children is the snake. And do you guys, it's in an image popped into my head when I'd seen this as well. And I was thinking, you guys, you know how Chris Watts had said that while he was unaliving Shanann, that, you know, he was interviewed and they go, well, what was she saying? He goes, I don't know. I think she was praying. Guys, I don't think she was praying. I personally, she was a fighter and I she was telling him to go to HE double toothpicks, and I truly believe that's where he's going to go. Our words have power. I don't think it was just him that she was telling that to, because I believe that she knew the truth of the involvement of people before he unalived her, and um, I do believe that that's what she was telling. I hope you all go to HE double toothpicks. Okay. I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube. Sorry. But, our words have power in those moments. And I think I'm not saying that Shanann, cursed anybody or anything, but I do believe that our words have power. And I think the universe listens. And I think the universe agreed with her. Okay. That's how I look at that. I think the universe agreed with her that they need to go to hell. I said it. Anyway, um, it's quite interesting. Yeah. All right, everybody. I'm gonna turn I'm gonna turn this on, the portal box on, to see what we can get. Just for a minute or two. I only call forth my guides, love and light, into this space to speak to us. Hello? I don't know if anything's gonna come through. Is anybody there? Hello? Yep. Yep. Hello. What's up? Hey, so yeah, I was wondering if my guides could answer some questions. Yeah, thank you. I was wondering if my guides could answer if Nicole Kessinger, will she ever go to jail? Will she ever go to jail for her involvement? Oh yeah. I think I said it said oh yeah. Can you say that again? Will NK ever go to jail? Was that a yes? What will she if that's a yes, what will she go to jail for? What will Nicole Kessinger go to jail for? Will it be soon? You guys, it almost sounded like Shanann there for a second. That said BN. Good. Is Shanann here? No. Okay. All right. All right. Well, I'm just getting real snippets of voices here and there. Nothing really being said, except for some yeses. Right. Um, so we'll keep trying the portal breaker, like breaker. I'll keep trying the thank you guys. Um, I will try it again other times. Uh, I just wanted to see how it would interact with my cards and everything. And there's lots of responses, but um, there's the responses are short, like half words. So um, I'll I'll be practicing some more, and we'll see how this all the portal box will pan out. But there was definitely some responses like yeses and nos I heard. So anyway, I want to mention about the contest regarding a free reading. Um it's you want to go into the video that says new contest and put in the comments your number selection. Make sure it's a number no one else has selected. And all right, well, everybody, thank you for being here with me, and I appreciate all my subscribers. I hit 3,000, you guys. I wasn't expecting that at all, and I just want to thank everybody. I sure appreciate it. I love all my subscribers. I'm bringing only the best and to my channel, and I'm getting it, and I really appreciate all of you. So, all right, well, everybody have a good day. Thank you.